Look, I'm not an oil painter myself. Some folks were clearly put together on a Friday afternoon when the man upstairs was rushing for the exit. We call 'em hard on the eyes, but down south, we've got much more creative ways to say you're plain as a mud fence. Let's start with the basics. You know, the kind of ugly that makes a freight train take a dirt road. He fell out of the ugly tree and hit every branch on the way down, and I think he bounced off the roots too. She's as ugly as a mud fence decorated with tadpoles, and even the tadpoles are trying to swim away. He's got a face like a bag of wet wrenches, lumpy, metallic, and generally useless in a crisis. Now those were just the warm-ups. If you think a bag of wrenches is bad, wait until you hear what we say about the folks who make a glass eye go to sleep. He's so ugly, his mama had to tie a pork chop around his neck just to get the dog to play with him. The dog still had to think about it for a minute. She's got a face that would stop a clock. I tried it once. My Rolex exploded instantly. He looks like he's been bobbing for French fries in a 400-degree deep fryer. That explains the saltiness and the grease. Uglier than a hairless cat in a cold wind, wrinkled, shivering, and nobody wants to touch it. We're getting into the heavy hitters now. These next ones are reserved for the folks who make a blind man appreciate his situation. He's got a face like a bucket of smashed crabs, and about as much charm as a pinch on the toe. She's as ugly as homemade sin. The kind of sin that doesn't even look like fun. He looks like his face caught fire and someone put it out with a track shoe. Lots of tread marks and very little dignity left. His face looks like a can of worms that's been stepped on. Hard to tell which end is which, ain't it? We saved the best for last. These are the ones that'll get you punched at a family reunion, but they're too good to keep quiet. He's so ugly, she'd make a freight train take a dirt road. Even the locomotive has standards, you know. He's got a face like a foot, specifically a foot that spent a week in a wet boot. He's so ugly, when he was born, the doctor slapped his mother. Old vaudeville. Can't blame the man for a knee-jerk reaction. It looks like he was knitted by a blind man with a bad attitude. Lot of dropped stitches and uneven edges on that one. She looks like she's been bobbing for French fries in a vat of acid. Beauty is skin deep, but that goes all the way to the bone. Well, there you have it. If you recognized any of your relatives in those descriptions, do yourself a favor and don't tell them I said it. Subscribe before you forget where you parked, and I'll see you on the porch next time.